and welcome back to another daily cribbage. Today we are searching for an opponent. Let's see who we get today. Okay, it's player 3624. Looks like we're the dealer. Let's see if we can take this all the way to the end. Okay, so Ace 4, 999, and I feel like I'm about to sneeze, but it's gone away. 999 is 6 points, and Ace 4 is nice to put into the crib, so let's do that. It doesn't give us much playability here, but 999, it's hard to combo with a lot of things, so let's see what we get. That's one of the things that we're a bit scared of. That is one thing that will make us go 17 here. Double 7, hopefully that's all of their 7s. Okay, and if they have an 8 here, then... Oh, just a 5, okay, so they've got the double run and an extra 2 points for the 15, so 10 points for them, and 6 points for us. And hopefully, a whole lot of 10s in the crib. No! A very risky 2-3 from our opponent. They also had a nice discard of 2-6 if they wanted slightly fewer points. Here it's either 2-3, which is very risky, or we could go king-queen, which is a bit safer, but as I often say, it's hard to say no to a lot of points, especially when it improves. We can lead the 5 here a lot of the time as well, and I'm going to just play 5 here to get out of 2 stuff. But they have a nice run in hand, so that is not good for us on the play. But give and take, our hand is hard to play, but we do get a lot of points in hand. And this is a thing that balances a lot of the time. When you have a really strong hand, your opponents often have good traps that are effective against it. So you will often lose a lot of points on the play when you have the stronger hand. Having said that, you do want to often disguise your hand in some way. Let's go with a 7. Maybe they're scared to play a 5 if they have them. They have a lot of 2s here and a lot of 3s, so we'll just go another 7. I think they have fewer 4s and just an ace. Okay. We didn't keep any 15s at the end, so that was unlucky for us. They got 12 points, but we do have a big hand. Alright, 46 plays 50. Our opponent did make their positional milestone, but we got a lot of points, so all to play for. We go with the 3-jack. We break up the 2-3, but we leave open the possibility of a lot of double runs. The 5 is nice for us, but it's not the best. Of course, our opponent probably has a lot of 5s in their crib. Now, what just happened there? We got quadruple 6 on the play. Alright, that's pretty wild, and that allowed us to get up to 70, but our opponent gets massive points. Look at that, 37 in one round. Whoa. 37 points. Wow. Okay. In this hand, you've got to be careful. You have to spot the flush, and you have to spot that it's good. So we keep that. That is a nice 8 points, and we're not forfeiting too many points compared to a discard like Ace 3 there. If there wasn't a flush, we'd probably go Ace 3, leaving the 5-6 together in our hand. Our opponent seems to have a difficult choice. And the 5 on top is probably going to be very good for us. We're going to go king for safety. Let's see what they take us up to. Well, our opponent has a lot of 2s here, because 6-7-2 is a combo, and so that allows us to give our ace. And that means that we get to use our magic 16. Opponent does have a few points there, not quite getting to 96. So positionally, this could be quite good for us. We need to dodge some things from our opponent, but if we can dodge them, then we're in a good spot. So we need our opponent to have a not very strong crib. I like keeping the 3-3-9, I guess, for a few points now, and keeping the ability to go double run. I guess 7-9 is a little bit too risky. We get up to 12 points here, taking us to 105, and we'll go to 17. This would be quite scary for our opponent to play a 4 on top of, because of all of the 10s and maybe a triple 4 that we would have. Queen, queen, 4 ace maybe, 4-5, okay. 9 points is quite good. Hopefully the crib is small. That is not a small crib. That is not a small crib at all. Okay, we do have one final thing, which is one final good point for us is that 50% of the time or less, because of positive skew, our opponent won't get to 120 points as long as we can stop them scoring on the play. That's the tricky thing. Thinking about throwing away 2-3 here, or 7-7. I'm going to go 2-3. I want to keep one low card and some middling cards. We're getting lots of points regardless. And an 8. Do we go safe? Do we go risky? We can't peg 15 points here. We have 1-6 in hand, so I'm going to go with ace here. Opponent does have that. Let's hope our opponent doesn't have 666. Okay. So if our opponent has a 7, they've already won, so 7 is very fine lead. 5, 7, 9. Yeah, so our opponent wins here. So, no? I thought they had a 7. No, they don't. Okay, that's a win for us. Okay, I miscounted the points. I thought it was a 5, 6, 7, 9. No, it was a 5, 6, 8, 9, which is a win for us. Okay, very nice and poorly counted on my part. So, what was the tale of this game? 21 points versus 27 on the play. We got quite a lot of points in hand, and we got an extra point in the crib. Very nice. So one thing that you might wonder is why I go over these match summaries. In general, the match summary gives you an idea of maybe how lucky one player was. If one player gets a lot of points in hand and the other doesn't get a lot of points in hand, then it sort of indicates that the player with lots of points in hand got a bit luckier. And then, if the player has a lot of points in hand, then we should also have a look at the points on the play. And the general theory is that if you get a lot of points in hand, it's harder for you to make up points on the play, because good hands are harder to disguise on the play. You're often going to get trapped in certain situations, giving up a lot of points with strong hands. So we're just looking at what kinds of ratios of points are we talking here. So over the course of this game, we got 16 extra points in our hand, which is a lot of points. And of that, it seems like we gave up about 6 points on the play. Our opponent managed to take out a few of those points, but it wasn't enough. Okay. And similarly, when you have a lot of points in the crib also represents a little bit of how good your crib discards were. Of course, the crib has a higher variance than the hand because you don't know what your opponent's going to throw in there, so a lot of crazy stuff can happen with the number of points in the crib, but it's often good to get an idea of how many points cribs are worth during a game. They can be worth as much as 40 points or more, and sometimes they're in the single digits, maybe even around 6 points I've seen in the past. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that game, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.